Hello and welcome to another episode of Viking Women's Basketball with Karlie Burris. We're talking after a 64-62 win over Sacramento State last Saturday, which was a great, snap of the losing streak and everything, back on track. Let's start there, Coach. This is potentially the start of a run, as you've talked about, since we have two more home games this weekend. But specifically about Sac State, you guys faced a gut check. You were up 8. Sac State comes back, takes the lead. You had the answer this time. What was different this time around, do you think?
Yeah, I'm not sure how much was different. I think I said it in the post game with you. It felt like we had a different level of confidence from before. We had been down in some games and have come back and then hadn't been able to get over the hump. This time we had the lead, lost it, tried to, had to fight our way back. But I thought it looked different in the huddles, the connectedness, the togetherness. It just felt different all around. And I think that helped, help us secure the win.
Yeah, for sure. And I
Yeah.
mean, something you talked about in another game that didn't go our way was just learning how to win, which is, something you forget about. You do have to learn how to win,
Sure.
especially at the college level.
Yeah.
So, I mean, certainly that seemed like you got a sense of that. And, now that you have learned that to, the run that you've talked about, you think that is in this team, that's a possibility this last month.
Yeah, I think so. I think learning how to win is important at all levels for sure. And it's a mindset. And I learned that really at UNLV, having the expectation that we're going in confidently, expecting to compete and to win. And I feel like we have the most momentum and confidence that we've had all year. The reason being is that we've just been trying to build every day. So we haven't been focused on the wins or the losses and whatever it may be, but just trying to get a little bit better every day, put our best foot forward. And it just feels like finally things are trying to come together kind of right at the end, which is really when you want to be playing your best basketball.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
one of those aspects was just the depth of scoring. You had 4 in double figures against Idaho State. On Saturday, you had 3 over 15 for the first time the whole season. Hannah Chicken led that with a career high 22, and then 17 each for CC and Kylie. So like that depth of scoring has to be something that you'd want going forward too. I mean,
Yeah, we need it, which is huge. I think we would have liked to shoot the three a little bit better against Sac State, but really against all of our opponents, we continue to play. I thought Lainey was really great against Idaho State, just pushing the pace, and we're going to need her to continue to do that. We need Taylor to knock down some shots for us. But it's great if CC can play at a high level. And I still don't even think we've got Ajay to where she needs to be to contribute, but I thought she's been doing a really good job for us on the offensive and defensive boards, just trying to be in there, being a big presence for us and attracting some attention. But we want to be able to play inside out. Hannah gives us that ability with being able to stretch the floor and how well she's been shooting the three. So she's a tough matchup. And if teams go big, I think we can match up and vice versa. I think we're mobile enough to where Sac State, I thought, went small a few times, and we were trying to exploit some of those mismatches.
and let's talk about Hannah actually
Mhm.
specifically. One stat that's crazy is the last 4 home games, she's 9 for 10 from 3-point range.
Yeah.
And 22 points last night, 8 for 11 from the field.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, she was playing in front of her family. Super cool to see her have that big game against her in front of her family.
Yeah, she made a joke with Carrie, who's her position coach, that the first quarter wasn't her best, and she said, "Okay, I got to get it together now." But she's back here behind us, working out, putting shots up, getting the reps in, and that's the culture we want, and the players we want in this program, players who are going to work, do what it takes to get those numbers. Where when you step on the court, you're confident in your inability because you've put the work in. So very talented player, and I think again now she's learning what it takes to be a Division I college player, and the results have followed, which have been great for us.
Nice. All right, well, let's get into this week.
Yeah.
NAU comes in Thursday. Speaking of learning how to win, that was a game, unfortunately, that got away from us in the
Yeah.
fourth quarter. But really, a lot of good things in that game, too. Specifically, you held Naomi White, the leading scorer in the base guy, under her average usually.
Yeah.
Other stepped up, of course, for the Lumberjacks. But what do you hope to see out of the second round against them now?
Yeah, we need to be aggressive. I think they're just behind us. They're last in how many points they give up. So, we'll have to make some adjustments on the offensive end. They were switching a bunch of stuff. But I thought we did a great job on Naomi. But then just watching that game back, talking with Haley, who has the scout, it was all the 50-50 balls NAU got. It felt like the hustle plays with Madison Watts and Simone Morris. It just felt like they ended up with the ball when we needed to. So there's a huge point of emphasis for us against NAU, of course, Naomi White, but it's everyone else as well. We have to be first to the ball. We have to be the aggressor. And so we're happy to have them at home this time around.
Nice, yeah. And then Northern Colorado comes in Saturday. That was one that, was a really tough first quarter. And then also some deficits on turnovers and also 3-point shooting.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're eager to have that one again, just to put in a better performance. But what do you see out of that one?
Yeah, definitely. They're an interesting matchup for us just because they're so big, and then they have really good shooters. Their press back into their matchup zone is just tough to kind of navigate. But again, we played horrible in that first quarter. That first half, really, I was not very happy with. But I think we've gotten better. Again, talking as a staff this morning, just from even that NAU game, in terms of breaking the press. And I thought we did a much better job against Sac State of breaking it, but then executing our stuff in the half court, which is what we're trying to do. And so I think the Northern Colorado game is a good game for us to be able to continue to get better, break the pressure, and then let's be able to execute what we want to execute. So we're going to have to do a good job on their bigs, limit their shooters, and Bayman, who's shooting the heck out of the ball. But it's going to be another great opportunity for us to kind of rebound and give a better performance than the first time.
Nice. There it is. Yeah, Thursday, NAU comes in at 7 p.m. Saturday, Northern Colorado at 2 p.m. Saturday, of course, is also Valentine's Day and our pink out. So bring your Valentine, wear pink. For tickets and all other information, visit GoVikes.com.